Okay, let's see. Got music going? Check. Got the camera going? Check. The music is the Endless Space soundtrack, by the way. We're back to Space Church music. It's like the perennial favorite. We always return. We always come back to Space Church music. This is by Amplitude Studios, who I think is a wholly owned subsidiary of Sega these days. Once upon a time, they said on the internet, yo, you can use our music as long as you attribute us. So here we are, using the music. What did today cost me? Today cost me, after taxes, today cost me $12.57. Man, that hurts. Taxes hurt. Given the state of the roads up here, I'm not sure that the part of taxes where they're like, yo, we make roads, it's really being upheld all that much. Alright, let's see. Get these books straightened out. Yeah, that punchline issue was next on my to-read list, and I've had it sitting here for days, and I have not read the thing. That's where I'm at right now. There are worse places to be than that, though. It's a great cover, isn't it? Like, come on. That is totally the ancestral megafauna cat girl from which all other cat girls descend. It's a really fun cover, though, man. You got Persima right there. And over here, she's like, why are all these other characters on the cover of my book? You got Regina Rogalski, Common America, just all kinds of dudes. I'm not quite sure who that guy is right there. But he is definitely enjoying launching that rocket or throwing that rocket or whatever he's doing with that rocket. Oh, hey, it's Brian Ball. I just did art of him. I've been doing this thing on Twitter. Please don't go to my Twitter. It's a cesspool. Don't do it. But I've been doing this thing on Twitter where I doodle people completely unsolicited. So every drawing is terrible. But I just drew Brian Ball. Let me right there, see? Yeah, it's a terrible picture. And that is the worst unicorn onesie ever. Looks kind of like blood's coming out. I should have picked a different red, but, you know, live and learn. The whole point of that experiment is to spend like 5 minutes or less doodling. Just to try to capture something of the person as quickly as I can. Oh gosh, happy Wednesday, everybody. Happy Wednesday. It is that time. It is, in fact, a Wednesday, and we got some clickbait in the stream title. If you look somewhere down here, it'll say something like, they cast Pedro Pascal, because they did. They totally did. And let's click over to that. I don't know that I have a lot to say, except I don't really feel like Pedro Pascal looks like a Reed Richards. Like, Reed is usually depicted with kind of a protruding jaw. But I really just kind of wanted to use this as an opportunity to talk about the casting of the original, well, not the original, the two Fantastic Four movies from like the mid-2000s. Because for all those movies' faults, and there's quite a few, I don't know that I actually liked either of them, although I don't think I've seen all of the second one. I took one look at like what Galactus was there, a giant space cloud or whatever, and I'm like, I'm out ski. But that casting was great. What's the dude's name? Michael Chiklis is the Thing. Like, I remember when he was the Commish. Way back, what was that, like early mid-90s. And I think he did a great job as the Thing. Jessica Alba, that was who played the Invisible Girl, right? She looked the part. Like, that was a really great casting from that. I don't know that the acting for any of these characters ended up working out great, which probably means the blame is on the director. The dude who played Mr. Fantastic in that, he really kind of looked the part. And Captain America as the Human Torch, I think it worked. He totally had the right cocky attitude and the right level of juvenile stupidity and all that stuff. So I thought the casting for those movies was great, and they were just kind of let down by pretty much everything else involved in it. Now, Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards, I mean, I'm trying to think like where I know him from, because like I have not went and watched more than a few minutes of The Mandalorian. The show did not really appeal to me. And I'm like, what else was he in? Wasn't he in The Last of Us, which I also haven't seen, because I think it looks stupid. He was in Game of Thrones for like 2 episodes, right? Wasn't he like, the prince from, South Country Bar or something like that? And he got murdered by, the Mountain? Am I remembering this right? He was okay in that. Maybe he'll be okay as Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic, but I don't know. I'm not getting a Mr. Fantastic vibe from him. Like, even, like, this is even a picture with, like, the big intellectual glasses on him, and it's just not working for me. He was the dancing prince that got his skull exploded. Yeah, so he was the guy that got killed by the Mountain. Alright, cool. Most of Game of Thrones is kind of like a vague, blurry recollection for me. I don't really remember a whole lot of details about it because I spent so much time rolling my eyes at everybody, literally everybody, making the worst possible decisions. You know, like Daenerys, right? She's got this power base, loyal fanatics on her side, a mercenary army that will never stop because, you know, the guy who owns it is in love with her. And what does she do? She's like, we're going to the other continent and I'm going to abandon everything here. Which means as soon as she left, like, everything fell apart. Even if she like, her conquest had worked out, it was all going to fall apart for her inevitably anyway. But I digress. Everyone's speculation over who might play... Didn't they already cast another dude as Reed Richards? Like, wasn't that in the Doctor Strange 2 movie? The multiverse of whatever? Hold on, I'm pulling this up on Wikipedia. Doctor Strange... Wait, this movie has America Chavez in it? What a train wreck! I'm glad I've never watched this. This just sounds terrible already. I've read like one sentence and I'm already like, I don't want to watch this movie. Explain that through the reckless use of the universe's Darkhold attempts to defeat Thanos, Earth 838 Strange triggered the universe destroying incursion after defeating Thanos. The Illuminati executed the Strange to prevent him from causing more harm. Portal believes that Earth 616 Strange is something dangerous, but Wanda reestablishes Dreamwalk in Mount Vundagar and arrives in her before the Illuminati can she brutally kills everybody except Baron Mordo. Who, like, he's not even Baron Mordo in the Marvel universe, is he? He's just Carl Mordo. We'll take a look at this guy. Maybe I should watch this sometime. This just sounds terrible. You know what? The dude they got to play Black Bolt, I think he probably was a pretty good Black Bolt. He's got like the right kind of look to him. You said it was John Krasinski. Oh, I never watched this. Wasn't this a train wreck in Humans? Wasn't it like 4 episodes long or something? Eight episodes. Unfavorable reviews, low ratings, canceled. Okay, well. Anyway. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. He does look like Reed Richards. Holy crabapple. Dude. This guy didn't want the job? Or they didn't want to give him the job? Bro. You give him the white sideburns. You give this dude the white sideburns, right? That is totally totally Reed Richards. Is there a picture of him as Reed Richards somewhere? Okay, he looks like a mega nerd right there, which I guess is appropriate. Reed Richards should, in fact, look like a mega nerd. Dude, how is there like 7 million paragraphs of text and there's no pictures of the freaking cast? I just want some stills. Oh my gosh, he's really pulling the black. Oh, he's really rocking the Baron Mordo look at this point. Dude, that guy looks awesome. I really don't know. Photos, here we go. Come on, you know what I want. And there's no picture of him. No, I don't want them out of their costumes. I don't want to see them here. There's really no pictures of... Was he in the movie like for 2 seconds? Was he in the movie for like all of 2 seconds or something? Where is this guy? Okay, I get... Ooh. Oh! That's bad CGI, but it looks cool. He was in it for 2 minutes? Okay. Well, so much for that. So anyway, this is going to be Mr. Fantastic. I think I used this picture as the thumbnail, so hopefully Getty doesn't come after me. Dance Card was Gladiator 2. The Last of Us, there we go. Harvard, no comment. It's Rutherford's team. Blah 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 blah. Man, let me pull up the old Fantastic Four movie. All right, Fantastic Four. Let's go to. I don't mean the one from like 2015. I mean the much better movie. I can't believe I'm saying that. The much better movie from before that. I actually should watch the 1994 movie that was made just to fulfill legal stuff. Oh, no. No playing the trailer. We're not getting a copyright from the trailer. Like, bro. Johnny Storm. Like, he looks like Johnny Storm. Like, he's got the swagger, the cockiness, everything. She looks like Sue Storm. Like, if you had to pick one actress in the year 2005 to look like Sue Storm, that's it. That is it. And, yeah, Dr. Doom, whatever. But, like, the Reed Richards guy, what's his name? Oh my gosh, I am not going to try to pronounce that. Ioan Gruffudd? Bro. Anyway, he was a pretty good Mr. Fantastic. He's a very young Mr. Fantastic, and you got to give him a pass for that. And I think the best casting in the whole thing, I really loved the choice for the Thing, was Michael Chiklis. I thought his name was Chiklis. No, that's not him. There he is. Oh my gosh, I saw a bald head and I'm like, ah, that's got to be him. Yeah, pause that. This dude, like, I know him. I know a lot of people know him from, what was it, The Shield, right? But, like, I know him from The Commish in the 90s, where he played the commissioner, like the police commissioner, and he was fantastic. He has, like, the perfect voice to be Ben Grimm. And what do you mean? Carrot, check this out. What do we... What does that mean, XLG, in the chat? That's bar with the ref. Anyway, I think he did a great job voicing the Thing. Like, I will give those movies a lot of crap because I don't think they're particularly well written. I don't think they're particularly well directed, but I think they nailed the casting really well. The second movie, I tried to watch part of it, and it did not do... There it is! We can't get away from it! Everywhere I turn, Madame Web. No, I don't see her URL. YouTube probably blocked it, dude. You can't just go around dropping URLs in people's chats. What do you think this is? Twitch? Where you can get away with that? Yeah, even as, like, the administrator here, like, I can't see it, so I can't, like, make it visible. What does this toggle do? That didn't do anything. Community moderate. What did I just click on? Oh, yeah, that's the place where I made 6. Or not 6. Ninja Weasel moderators. 6 can post whatever he wants. I don't know what an approved user is, but hold on. I'm gonna see if I can make you an approved user. And then maybe that means you can post your link. Let's try this out. Did that work? I have no idea what I just did. I think I just hacked myself. Oh no, you're on the approved user list. So I'm not exactly sure what that does. But if you want to try just pasting that link into the chat here, go for it. Like, you're not going to make me mad by reposting it. Oh, you found a picture of the dude! Bruh! 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 He needs just a touch of gray. That's all he needs. Oh my gosh, hold on. Hold on, 1 second. One second. Un momento, por favor. He's got the right face shape and everything. Okay. I don't have my stylus here. So that'll make this a little trickier, but... like, if you took the... not the magic lasso, I want the, if you took this, right? And you were like, boy, it would be really cool if we made that a little grayer. Let's see. Well, let's go here. It needs to be a little wider. Try that. This would be a lot better if I was on my Surface Pro and I could use my stylus to paint. But like, if you just took this and you made this dude just a little less darker brown, you know, kind of filter a little gray in there. Oh yeah, he's nailing Reed Richards, dude. Oh man, I hope this guy's making a lot of money instead of taking the Disney bucks. I'm hoping he's making a lot of money with whatever he's doing. because he's got the look. I haven't seen the movie. I don't know how his acting is, but he's sure got the look to be Mr. Fantastic. Man, I love the Fantastic Four. There's a lot of Fantastic Four storylines I'm not super familiar with. When I was a kid, man, there were like 3 things in entertainment that I loved. Mostly in comics, I guess. There was Spider-Man, the X-Men, and the Fantastic Four. I loved all their books. X-Men was super cool, especially because they had that cartoon in the early 90s that was 100% amazo the entire time for its whole run. Anyway, I guess that's enough about the drama. I did want to click over to this just because I thought this was funny. Goblin must choose between his 2 favorite mangas, Spy and Family, or Beavis and Butthead. Oh man, I'm not even gonna entertain the casting of the Fantastic Four movie from 2015 or whenever that was. I have not watched that movie. You would have to pay me to watch that movie. We're talking, that's like $50 to get me to... No, $50 per hour to get me to watch that movie. I don't know how long. It's probably longer than 2 hours because every movie is these days. So you're looking at paying me like $120 to go watch that piece of crap. On the plus side, it can't be as bad as Red Zone Cuba, which I watched for free, and I've blanked most of it out of my head over the years. Most of it has just been evacuated, and better knowledge has taken up residence there. We threw it out of the filing cabinet and everything. Alright, I do my comic book shopping. Yeah, see, we're getting into it now. I do my comic book shopping at Graham Crackers. And if you go into a Graham Crackers Comics on a Wednesday, I'll get to that comment in a second, XLG. If you go in there on a Wednesday, you get not 1, not 2, but 3 books for free out of the $1 bin, which used to be the 75-cent bin, which used to be the 50-cent bin. Inflation is killing us all. And according to XLG, the director from the 2015 Fantastic Four movie envisioned their powers as body horror and says the studio, their powers are body horror. Especially the Thing. That is literally Ben Grimm's whole deal, is he's this formerly really handsome looking guy, kind of an adventurer, a little bit of a roughneck, kind of streetwise smart, and he's stuck in this body of this monster. He's this very sensitive guy, very full of heart. That's why I liked Michael Chiklis's the casting for Ben Grimm, is because he's got the voice to go with that. Where it's this guy sounds pretty kind, but deep down inside, he'll pick up the glass globe off of your desk and beat you to death with it at the drop of a hat if he needs to. That's what Michael Chiklis brought to Ben Grimm. That's who Ben Grimm is. He's not going to back down. He's not going to let you run roughshod over him or anybody else. But he's a very cool, brave, strong guy trapped in this monster's body. And all he wants is to get out of it, even if it means losing the strength and all that stuff that goes with being who he's forced to be. So the studio was wrong. They should have went that direction, because that would have really kind of captured a lot of Fantastic Four stuff. Anyway, my first book, I slowly am collecting all of the Impact books. Okay, you can send that to me. And if you don't know, Impact Comics was when Archie got together with DC in the early 90s and licensed the Archie superheroes to DC. So they made a joint imprint called Impact Comics. And my favorite is, of course, the Black Hood. It's kind of like the Punisher, except cooler. The Blood Hood? No, the Black Hood comic. Archie, yeah. Archie Comics, most famous for Archie. They have superheroes. Let me see if I can find the Black Hood from the 90s run, because that's the one I like. Of course, Wikipedia doesn't have a picture of that. I could just go get my books out, I guess. If I just look at images here, is this going to come up? Oh, perfect! Right here, dude. This guy right here. I saw this when I was in the store, when I was 11, something like that. And my 11-year-old brain went, oh my gosh, that is impossibly cool. And I had to buy it. So where I lived, there was a comic book store. Can I pull up like Google Maps without doxing myself? Yeah, okay, it just shows my name is E, which is correct. It's Elizabeth. But I lived in Hawaii. Let's see, where are we at? So it's Lake Wilson. There's that little neighborhood right there. Okay, so somewhere on this little stretch right around here. In fact, it's where this dry cleaning place was, I think. Was a comic book store. And I was living on post, so it was not far from me. And so me and my dad, we went there one day, like it was Saturday or something, and I saw this, and I'm like, it blew my mind! So I got that, and we went back a couple months later, got like issue 2 and 3. I still got those books. They're in my boxes. Absolutely great memories. The whole gimmick here is that the person who gets the hood becomes the hood. So it's like passed down from person to person. So in the first issue, there's this kid. You know, he's like 14 or 16 or 18 or something. Like he's in high school, and he finds the Black Hood shot and dying, I think in a bathroom. And he gets the hood and he puts it on, and now he's stuck being the Black Hood. And so he's got to deal with all the kind of crazy things that, you know, a vigilante hero like that deals with. You know, like the Punisher has to deal with crazy serial killers and stuff. Well, this guy's got to deal with all that kind of crazy stuff too, but he's just a kid. He's in over his head. He doesn't know what he's doing. And it was fan-freaking-tastic. Dude, I'm going to have to get that out one day and review these issues. I've read like half of that run. Half of it I haven't, but I think I got most or all the books now. It was a great take on the character. The older Black Hood books, and if you ever read the Mighty Crusaders miniseries from like 2018, or the what is it? The Super Archie's verse Crusaders book that came out like a year later. Like, this is not the Black Hood that's in that book. It's this guy. Or they find out, yeah, you know what? You know what? You know what? I'm going to go get him. You listen to this music for a second. I'll go dig it out. I know exactly where it is. It's on top left shelf on the left side of my closet, one box over. Because the first box is mostly Antarctic Press. The second box is going to have the Archie books. I'll be right back. Yeah. You didn't think I'd be able to grab them. You're like, oh, he doesn't know where these books are. Sure, I might have had to climb over a stack of 3 boxes, like crunch myself into the corner of my closet, and then extract them. Well, those aren't the Black Hood, but... Got him. Got him. Got you. Yeah, you didn't think I could find them. You're all like, this guy has no idea where they're at. Anyway. We've been talking about this book for like 20 minutes and we haven't even like looked at the book, but we're not going to. Oh. Game Boy. Yeah, so I've had this book since it was new. I'm the first and only owner of it. 1991. I probably bought this like in January of 92 or something. The whole thing just feels gritty and grungy, and I just love the way he's depicted in it, man. It's somewhere between like a typical 80s house style and a very 90s kind of style, and it works really, really well. Like, it somehow combines, like, crazy superhero stuff with gritty crime stuff in a way that a lot of Punisher books didn't really quite manage to do. Black Hood is dead. Remember what I was talking about? Some kid ends up with the hood? It's right there. Look at this cover. Look at it. It's amazing. It's freaking amazing, dude. The rest of the books in the series don't really live up to the hype, to the coolness. But oh my gosh, what a cover. Look at this. Look how grungy it all feels. These, if I remember right, this guy's like a mob dude. In fact, he's probably one of the guys that killed the Hood. Yeah, so here's, I think this is when the kid gets the Hood right here, and he's running scared for his life. The mask is very expressive, just like Spider-Man, how the artist will change like his eyes around. They do the same thing here with the Black Hood's mask. It's good stuff, man. Absolutely good stuff. What rock and roll was meant to be. Hollywood vampires. Okay, whatever, guys. Whatever. Ooh, the tape on this bag broke. Well, I will fix that when I put these back in. Back where they're supposed to go. Anyway, so I'm slowly getting all these Impact books at the cheapest price possible. You know, like I'm paying like $1 each at half-price books, or I'm getting them for free out of the dollar bin, that kind of stuff. And it's working out pretty good for me. Most of them are not as much fun as the Black Hood. Like the web stuff never really worked for me. They're kind of like the S.H.I.E.L.D. XPs in this setting. They're just dudes that work for the government and wear armor. Big whoop. Not nearly as much fun as the Black Hood was. Second book I got out of the dollar bin. I almost said the 75-cent bin, but it's the dollar bin now. I got like one other issue of DNA Agents, so now I got 2 issues of it. I don't really know anything about the book. I don't think I've read the other issue. But I was like, yeah, you know what? Random old indie book. I'm going to go for it. Especially because right next to it was another issue. 2 for 1 special, baby. And I don't know how the writing's going to be, but the art's like presentable enough. So maybe I'll give these a read and see how they are. And that is what I got for free. Now, what did I pay for, you're asking yourself? Because you go to the store, you're going to buy something, right? Well, let's look at this one first, because we're not going to open it up, because I don't want to spoil it. Dune, House Harkonnen, issue 11. Cool looking cover. I don't know that has anything to do with the story, but it sure looks cool. And I think the last issue I read is like issue 4 or something. I'll have to go like see what the last review I did was. Because I misplaced an issue. It's talking about can't find stuff in my house. I misplaced an issue like back in the summer. And until I find it and read it, I'm not reading the later ones. So it's just kind of on the back burner indefinitely. But there was definitely stuff I loved in the first few issues of this that I did read. I thought it was a good time. So we're not going to dwell on that. We might dwell on this. I haven't read issue 2 yet. It's, no, that's just those 2 graphic novels over there. That means issue 3 is on my desk over there behind me. Or issue 2 is on my desk, but Coda was a pretty cool series. It's the first miniseries was all about this dude right here trying to get back with his wife because they were kind of estranged. And she's a hot orc and he's like a nerd, and they get along great. And it was full of adventure and all those things that the main character hated. And in this series, it looks like we're kind of echoing some of that stuff with him getting sucked into an adventure he wants no part of. The whole thing is set in like a post-apocalyptic world where it was a magic apocalypse and now there's no magic left. Like there's still artifacts and things like that, but everything is fading. They're like going from the super high magic scenario, a super high magic world, like I don't know, what's a good D&D setting with a lot of magic? Not Greyhawk. Greyhawk's kind of boring. I guess Forgotten Realms? Forgotten Realms is kind of high magic. There's a bajillion magic artifacts. So they're going from that and then they've like transitioned into something a lot more like Dark Sun, where everything is a desert and is blighted and dead and evil reigns. There's 2 things I like about the series. At least I'm talking about the old miniseries, not the new one. And it's the writing it's self-aware and it hates its own awareness. Like, I don't know how Simon Spurrier pulls this off, but the book writes, like the characters write, it's written in a way where he's like, he knows that this is an adventure and he hates that it's an adventure and he will go to great lengths to deny that it's an adventure. And then the artwork by Matthias, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, Bergara, is just fantastic. If you told me that this came out of something like a Metal Hurlant or was like a French bande dessinée, did I pronounce that right? You know French. But if you told me that that's what this came out of, I would 100% believe you. This art is gorgeous. Everything in these books is just pretty looking. There's some stuff that's kind of nonsensical and kind of is hard to look at, kind of hard to understand. And it's like sometimes you just get a panel where it's like, what am I looking at? My brain has encountered a puzzle and I'm trying to unlock the secrets of the puzzle as I'm looking at it, as I'm looking at this great art, as I'm appreciating the color combinations, the color balances, the contrasts, the symphony. Yeah. Anyway, I don't actually know how to pronounce like French and Belgian comics. I think it's bande dessinée, but I don't know because I'm not French. I do not speak the lingua franca, so to speak. Speak. Anyway, I like the first miniseries of Coda, so even though I haven't read issue 2, I'm looking forward to reading issue 3. I gotta sit down and read a million books. I pronounced Metal Hurlant right. Hey, there we go. Hold on. I'm losing my voice. I gotta get a drink. Pardonnez-moi. Okay. That's better. That is better. Last book I got is the sequel to Geiger. Because we can't just have Geiger issue 13 or whatever. We got to start over. Geiger Ground Zero. Jeff Johns, Gary Frank. There was another series about the robot who I'm trying to remember the name of. It's just Joe. Anyway, there was like a series or a one-shot or something about him. And there was like a special that came out too before this, but which was all about the casinos in Vegas where the civilization is. So I'm really looking forward to this. If nothing else, the Gary Frank art is gonna look great. This guy is slow as molasses. Like, they put him on, I was gonna say Captain Marvel, but I guess there was the new 52 Captain Marvel, so that would have been actually called Shazam, I think. And, you know, he produced like the first several issues of that, and they are some of the most pretty, great books to go look at. But I think he immediately fell behind. So, you know what? I'm going to open this off camera just in case there's Ghibli bits, whatever I open up to. There were not Ghibli bits. So kind of like with Doomsday Clock, you know, I may not be super invested in what's happening in the story because, oh my lord, I got... Doomsday Clock was a waste of everybody's time. It was a waste of your time. Every time I say the words Doomsday Clock, I'm wasting your time. It was a waste of my time as someone who read it. It was a waste of DC's time for producing it. Because the ending was not a payoff. The ending was like nothing. It's like you went through, you had this great appetizer. Then they brought out the salad course, and that was fine. And you had the soup course, and that was pretty good. And then they brought you the entree, and the entree was just a single Thin Mint on your plate. Sure, you might like Thin Mints, but that's not why you came to the restaurant. You came to the restaurant to get your piece of prime rib, your duck à l'orange, you know, something like that as your entree. And then, you know, you're going to have your nice little aperitif afterwards, and then you're going to be like, ah yes, bring on the dessert, I shall have the chocolate mousse. Or maybe you're really crazy, you're like, I will have the Bavarian cream, please. And then they bring that out to you, and when you get to, you're having that at the anticlimax, and you're like, this is delicious. But Doomsday Clock, there was so much I liked about it. We spent like 9 issues, 10 issues with really cool stuff, and then it wrapped up terribly. I don't know what I said in my reviews at the time when those books were new, but that's how I feel about it now, like 4 years removed from all that. It was a train wreck. The only cool things to come out of that, the new Rorschach guy, he was pretty cool. And then the mime and his girlfriend, whose name I'm forgetting all of a sudden, they were super cool. What were their names? It's funny, in the search engine, when you type like a comic book series in, it immediately suggests read online, like for everything. Let's see. Marionette, that's her name. We get pictures of them? Yeah, hey, here they are. These two. Like, they start the book breaking out of prison. Because Rorschach is working for Ozymandias, who's not actually dead for some reason. Anyway, they're cool. They're awesome. They're like the highlight of the book. But I digress. All I was really trying to say was Gary Frank's art is really nice, but he's kind of a slow artist. And his art is nice. And the Brad Anderson colors on top of it, also nice. This is a great creative team. Bro! So Geiger takes place in like a post-apocalyptic setting, and I forget the details of it, and it's been long enough that I don't really remember or care. I'll re-remember it as I'm reading this book. But the idea is there was like a nuclear war. Our main character is like this dude who, because of an accident, he's basically powered by radiation. In the first miniseries, he fought like one of the kings from one of the casinos in Las Vegas, who was trying to kill him. Oh, I just remember the robot's name. The robot's name was Junkyard Joe. That was the robot's name. And he ends up finding like the remnants of the actual U.S. government who want to dissect like him and also like some kids that were in his care and stuff, and he's not having none of that. And there's mayhem, shenanigans, adventure, and it was fun, which is the most important thing. Alright, we're done. I'm losing my voice because I've been talking rapidly and I've been talking loud. This isn't like when I'm playing on stream on a video game and I can just kind of talk like this, you know. I can just be like, ah yes, my name is Eliza Barr. And then take a little break because there's like an explosion or a cutscene or something and I gotta mute my mic anyway so I don't interrupt it. But here, it's all talk, all the time. We talked about Pedro Pascal. We talked about comic books. Do you think a Geiger counter could be used as white noise? No! No, don't do that. Because if that Geiger counter starts ticking, you've got bigger problems. Don't. Don't do it. Not even once, XLG. You maniac. You mad lad. You crazy dude. I can't believe you'd even like suggest that. Like, what is going on over there? Anyway, XLG and you beautiful lurkers out there who've been hanging out with us, and all you people who watch later, thank you for hanging out with me, for choosing to spend some of your Wednesday or whatever day this happens to be with me. Glad you had fun, XLG. Hope the rest of you did. If you made it this far and you haven't left yet, you know what? You might as well hit that like button and maybe subscribe so you can see more. Until next time, you all take care. We're going to do that thing I do where I mute my mic, put the thumbs up, and then end after a few seconds. I do this just so I can be sure that people have heard my goodbyes, you know? Like, I don't want to just, like, go goodbye and then hang up. Like, I'll do that on Twitch because I'm a jerk. And I'm usually just doing that to spite XLG because I love him. You know, he's a great guy. I hope he's not watching this, though. Because if he's watching this, it's going to go straight to his ego, and that would be bad for all of us. Anyway, you all take care of yourselves, and bye-bye. For reals. This time.